And that is when a third party showed up on the scene and realized they could turn this bilateral arranged marriage into a three-party affair. That is the Communist Party of China. And what China realized was that this is an opportunity. If we can get those same companies that relentlessly criticize alleged social injustices here in the United States to come do business in China without saying a peep about the actual human rights atrocities over here, if we can get them to obsess over climate change and foist emissions caps on American energy companies while also investing in PetroChina without demanding the same thing over here, great. We have undermined America's greatest geopolitical asset of all. And that is not our nuclear arsenal. It is our moral standing on the global stage. If you have any doubt about it, just listen to what Xi Jinping says on a given day. Okay? Every time he's been pressed on the Uyghur human rights crisis in Xinjiang, where there are over 1 million Uyghurs enslaved in concentration camps, subject to forced sterilization, communist indoctrination, and worse, in probably what is the worst human rights atrocity committed by a major nation in the last century, the first thing he says is that Black Lives Matter shows that the United States is no better. This is not an accident. The first time their top diplomat, Yang Jiechi, came to talk face-to-face to Tony Blinken at the Alaska summit, his 15-minute opening statement was all about how China wanted to see the U.S. do better on human rights and that China wanted to stop seeing the U.S. stop slaughtering, that's his word, slaughtering black Americans. This would be laughable if it weren't for the fact that our own corporations lend implicit credibility to those claims. When Disney says it cannot shoot a film in the state of Georgia if Georgia passes an anti-abortion statute, or that it cannot abide a new law in Florida that says that you can't teach six-year-olds or seven-year-olds about gender identity and transgenderism, when they then go to Xinjiang to shoot Mulan in literally ground zero of that human rights crisis, that actually creates a false moral equivalence between the United States and China, between Chinese nihilism and American idealism. And in fact, Disney went one step further. Not only did they not say a peep in China, they included at the very end of the film a kowtow to the Chinese Communist Party saying that, thank you, we thank you for allowing us the privilege of filming here. They're thanking the local CCP authorities, the very authorities who were responsible for perpetrating that human rights atrocity. Okay. So you might ask yourself why these companies do it, and the answer is actually really simple. Of course, it comes down to money. You all know this. Now, why is that? It's because if you're entering the Chinese market, okay, China builds a great Chinese wall that stops you from selling products in China if you criticize the CCP. But if you criticize the United States, they will roll out the red carpet. So companies do what companies do, whatever allows them to make the most money. But that is why Tim Cook, Larry Fink, John Donahoe at Nike, they are Xi Jinping's circus monkeys. He will say jump. They will ask how high, because in the end it comes down to their own bottom line.